Hello everyone, Nev here. Happy New Year, everyone. How exciting. All right, so today I've got a little bit of a mini Yule slash Christmas haul. Yeah, I'm not bringing everything that I got for the holidays. I have a very generous family, so I did get several gifts, so many of which I'm very excited about. But this video, I think I'm gonna just stick with some of the more witchy or tarot items that I got. And it's not a whole lot, but I'm excited to go through this. All right. And before I start, I've got a bit of a shrine here going on because I just did my Ganesha welcoming ritual, which is if you watch any of my previous videos on what I'm planning on doing for 2024, like my planner videos, things like that, I explain that each month I'm dedicating to a specific deity, and since this is the beginning, of course, I've chosen Ganesha, one of my main deities who I have honored for many, many, many years. Yeah, so there we go. So I just did that, and now I'm going to start going through the items. All right. Anyway, so the first item is a book, and so I got Ireland's Wild Plants: Myths, Legends, and Folklore by Niall McKitcher. Original illustrations by Grania Langrisha. All right. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this. There's the book is a bit damaged, though. I noticed that. Like, it came in damaged. This was given to me by my husband's stepmother. Yeah, so I don't know if it shipped like this or if she accidentally sliced it while wrapping or anything, but yeah. Anyway, so there is a little bit of damage on it, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so this isn't like witchy, but it is all about herbs and stuff, and since my path is Irish focused, Irish paganism focused, I thought this was would be a great collection item or a great reference resource for understanding Irish plants, and if I ever want to use that in ritual or magic or for other purposes. And there are color pictures. Let me see if I can find some here. Let's see. Yeah. So primrose, and it also gives the name in Irish along with the Latin name for each plant, which I think is great. Like nettle is nintog, and then of course the Latin there. Watercress is bueller, and bluebell is kinla cora. Yeah, so I mean that's bog myrtle is rajog. So there we go. I think this is really cool. And obviously this is not something I'm going to just like sit down and read, but it is something I'm going to peruse, and I may actually start reading some of it for my main book with one of my Irish deities. If they don't have a book on them, I may actually read this. I'm not sure. But yeah, so Ireland's Wild Plants. All right, so the other three items, because there's only 4 items in this video, the other three items are card decks. So yeah, and there is a 4th one that will be coming in this month. I bought it with I bought it post Christmas, and it was for myself, but it's not really a holiday gift. It was just something like, well, I had 2 decks at the top of my list, and if whichever one I got, the other one was what I was going to buy for myself in January. So it's January 1st right now as I record this, and I bought that other deck this morning. So that will be a surprise for later. But speaking of, I did get one of those decks, and I got the Eldritch Overload Tarot. I keep wanting to say Eldritch Tarot, or I want to call it the Steampunk Tarot, but I mean not Steampunk, but the Cyberpunk Tarot. I keep wanting to call it a lot of different names other than Eldritch Overload. But here we go. So we have the kind of like combination D&D Cyberpunk tarot deck, which is absolutely fantastic, and I have already shuffled this, but I am going to just sort of flip through as I talk. Yeah, let me zoom in a bit. Let me see. There we go. And it's really, really cool. Each card has all these glitter foiling. And there is actually Japanese on there. Oh, and the backs are really cool too. But I will say the Japanese is in that glitter foil, so it's super hard to read. But I will be utilizing the book. And since this is designed for people who don't speak Japanese, designed for people who speak English, the pronunciations of the kanji in here are not in the book. So that is a project for me to have to look those up and see how they're pronounced. Yeah, like this is for sword right there. That's the symbol, the kanji for sword. And this is, of course, the Six of Swords. So that's pretty cool. Call it katana or something else. All right. Yeah, so this is, it's pretty amazing. I'm not going to go through every single card because this is not a walkthrough. And since I am discussing this in these 3 decks in this video, I probably won't do a walkthrough. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, because, I mean, there are a lot of videos of walkthroughs of all these decks. So, and, like, sure, I could make a video, a walkthrough video, and it would be content, and I would get some views, but, like, I don't get a lot of views on my channel. I'm just not a big channel at all. I get, like, I don't know, maybe 50 views a video. So it's really, like, I really just do this for fun. So sure, I could do a walkthrough video, going through every card, things like that. I'm not much of a talker for it though, so like I don't know how much I would really say, because I've done lots and lots of walkthrough videos, but you know, it's I don't know. I feel like it would just be content for the sake of content. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here. So I think I will forego the walkthrough of each of these decks and just use this video as my showing what I got. And I'll leave that Six of Swords there right on top. All right, so that was the Eldritch Overload Tarot. Okay, next up, let's do this one. Let's do this one. All right, so I have Whispers of Lord Ganesha, the Oracle deck by Angela Hartfield. Yeah, so I got this specifically because I'm doing Ganesha this month, and I really wanted to use this deck. And look at the ridiculousness of this. This box is way too big for this deck. I will definitely make a bag for this, because this, I'm not going to keep it in this box. It's so that it fits the book, and the book is not quite nice. Let me zoom out a bit. I zoomed in for those cards, but yeah, the book is nice. I have actually just used this deck, so it's shuffled, and yeah, so I just used this deck for my welcoming ritual for Lord Ganesha. So I really like the artwork in this deck, and that was kind of what sold me on this. Like I would have preferred if I could get a deck like this that was authored or illustrated by someone in the who was Indian or Hindu or something like that. But and I have no idea anything about Angela Hartfield, but that, you know, it doesn't sound, it sounds like a very English name, so I don't know anything about this. But I gotta say, the artwork and the keywords on this deck were just a bit too good for me to pass up. And I feel very, very drawn and connected to this deck. It's really, really well done. Look at this card. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, it's really, really well done. And like I said, I just did a reading with this deck for my welcoming ritual with Lord Ganesha. I did a card from here as the first card and a card from here as the last card. And then the 4 cards in the center were actually from a tarot deck. And this this I used one of the decks that I often associate with Lord Ganesha, which is the I actually have it right here. It's the Guardian of the Night tarot by MJ Cullinan, and it's the indie edition. Which I prefer over the mass market one personally, and not because it's indie. It's just I like the cardstock of I like MJ Cullinan's independent cardstock, and there's a whole bunch that are just like this. Like there's empowerment, wholeness, be candid. Oh, they are very, very matte. Oh, yeah. See, all of the, I think these are chakras. Yeah. Now that I look at it, these are the chakras. So there's 7 chakra cards. These ones happen to be still together. I did shuffle this to use it, obviously. So, yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to say was that the reading that I got with Lord Ganesha with this deck was absolutely fantastic. It made sense. It was very fitting for my life, and it was a good welcoming reading. And I hope I can. Here's another chakra card. Live up to some expectations or my own expectations, because that was actually one of the messages that I got from this reading was like kind of just finding my own confidence and not worrying so much about outside validation, if that makes sense. And yeah, so it was a very, very good reading, and I just I'm very grateful to Lord Ganesha. And in fact, I think the cards that I had at the top were right here. So these were the ones that I had in my reading. Was relaxation and belonging, and the message in the book made a lot of sense, and there was a lot about this that made a lot of sense, and combined with the other cards that I got in the tarot reading. All right, so that is the Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle deck, and yeah. Okay, so the final deck is the Beloved Dead Oracle, which I was so excited for. So I have Carrie Paris's other deck, the tarot deck, the Relative Tarot. I couldn't think of the name. This box is entirely too large for this. And look at that coppery edging. Whoops, I dropped a card. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just throwing all my new cards around. And don't mind the dog either. There's someone walking by the house, of course. Yeah, so I have Carrie Paris's Relative Tarot, and it's been on my radar for a very, very long time. I've also shuffled this deck, sorry. But I was looking at it, at that deck and this deck when it was in the independent stage, before either deck became mass market. And I really, really wanted it, primarily because ancestor work is a big part of my practice. I should zoom in a little bit. Here we go. there we go. Ancestor work is a big part of my practice, both spiritually and in my everyday life, because I am like genealogy is a big hobby of mine, something I really enjoy doing with my dad, and I like the genetic side of it, like using DNA to uncover family mysteries, things like that. So getting a deck all about ancestor work was definitely something that was high on my radar. Like, that was really something that interested me. Unfortunately, like, that was at the beginning of my getting back into tarot time, and I just wasn't ready to spend the kind of money that an independent deck cost. And it was 2 decks, because it was Relative Tarot and this one, and the Oracle deck. And I don't know that they called it the Beloved Dead when it was independent. I am sorry about my dog. Sorry about that. But it was just the price at the time for me was just too high. And unfortunately, I missed out on the independent version. But I was absolutely thrilled when the tarot deck came to mass market. So I snatched that up as soon as it became available for mass market. And actually it was a like either Yule or a birthday present from my dad, which I was eternally grateful for. So yeah, I got the mass market of the Relative Tarot like immediately. And I was like, man, I really, really wish the Oracle deck became available for mass market as well. Well, it finally has. And they went with a different system for this. Now, I did shuffle all these cards together, but I think there's a system in here that, or here it is. Here's the book. I think there's a system in here that you're supposed to use. So I guess not all the cards are supposed to be shuffled in or something. But, I mean, it's an Oracle deck. You can use it however you want. And, I mean, there's that throne card, Spirit Throne, that is a, you know, almost like a significator card or something like that, or a place for the ancestors to sit. I personally, I kind of like Oracle decks that I can just shuffle and pull out cards, that I don't need to separate into different categories and use this for that and this for that. I personally, I find it easier and more accessible if I can just shuffle all the cards together, you know? Now, the cardstock, I didn't talk about cardstock on any of these. Wow. Yeah, so this one's actually fairly thin. I'm not sure how similar it is to the Relative Tarot. Let me actually grab that real quick. Okay, I have my Relative Tarot here. Let me just move these out of the way. All right. And of course, this is the bag that I made for it, and I will make something very, very similar for the Beloved Dead. Yeah, I have a tree of life here on the front, in like greens and browns, and there's like this kind of like army green or like, it just felt very old, this pattern in here. So that's why I use that fabric. And so yeah, I'm gonna do something very, very similar for the Beloved Dead. So I just want to kind of see the card similarities or differences. Yeah, the cards are very, very, in fact, so they're the same size. This is a gold edging, and I'm actually not the biggest fan of this edging. For some reason, this one's not so bad, and I don't know why. So yeah, this one is more of a gold, and this one's more of a copper. Yeah, because I've really considered shaving these cards down and getting rid of the edging, because it's not my favorite. Let me see if I can do the whole thing here with, let me do this like that, and we can do the two cards around it and see what kind of thing we can get here. And of course the piles are uneven, but like, quite frankly, I do not care, and I'm just going to leave it as is. So yeah, of course, these decks are designed to go together, so they look fantastic. Oh wow, visitation between 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. That's like a family reunion there. Very maybe a lot of, oh, 6 of Pentacles. Did I read that as 6 of Cups? 9 of Pentacles. I think I read that as 9 of Cups. I don't know. Anyway, so 9 of Pentacles, like a lot of like luxury, or maybe going somewhere nice for a family reunion, or getting together with old friends or old family members. Oh no, you know what it is? I keep thinking this is the 6 of Cups. That's what it was. That's why I keep saying, I don't know why I keep thinking there's a Cups card here. Was one of the last 2 cards Cups? No. I don't know what is going on with my mind. So, all right. So maybe something a little bit, I would slightly change the interpretation there. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm just like, I'm even wearing my glasses too. So you would think I would be able to understand that wasn't, neither one of those cards was a Cups card. And for some reason I was like, oh, Cups. Anyway, so yeah, these decks are obviously meant to go together, and I think they look really nice together. I am planning on using this in some way with my ancestor work. I'm not quite sure how. Ooh, look at that. Interesting. Ooh. I'm thinking of all sorts of ways I would read these 3 cards, and I'm not thinking any of them are cups. If you think, so, anyway, so that is the Beloved Dead Oracle, going along with my Relative Tarot. Sorry, I bumped the camera. And all right, I'm gonna get everything out here real quick and take a quick picture for the thumbnail. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is it for my little tiny Yule haul. I hope you guys have a great New Year's. It is the new year now, but yeah. So my plans. I really wanted to have a bunch of videos and stuff out at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, but quite frankly, like every time I was getting around to recording a video, and there's so many of those tarot tags that are on my list that for me to do, and I don't know. I'm feeling bogged down by it, I think. And because of that, I haven't really, so I don't have a whole lot of videos that are going to be coming out. I do have plans for videos, so I will be recording videos. It's just not going to be, I'm probably going to have to scrap a few. but I do have ideas on what I want to do for my channel coming up. In the coming year here. So there's at least one thing I want to do that's a monthly thing. If you saw all my journal videos, my 2024 journal plans, things like that. Yeah, it's like I have a lot planned, you know. Here we go. I'm just going to pull these out for the thumbnail. I have a lot planned. I just don't know exactly... it's the getting it done part that that's difficult, you know. All right, so thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.